Hello everybody, this is Starman, and welcome back to Let's Play Betrayal at Krondor. Well, last time you remember, we fought our way eventually into Malac's Cross, and discovered that the Crawler and the Penethians have a bone to pick with the Abbot, and we are going to help him escape in exchange for some information, which technically we already have the information 2 times over, because we explored around the Abbey of Sarf, if for no other reason than, hey, there's books there, maybe they know about this book of Macross. And we went directly to the Oracle of Al, and pretty much determined that yes, we could just ask and find out, you know, go to Sarf, you'll find your answer there. And I'm going to do a quick little reassessment of what our focus here, because we're about to run into another old friend in a non-combat role. Yes, it is Abbot, Master of Locks. Greetings, traveler. I'm Abbot, Picker of Locks and Teacher of Souls. How may I serve you? You said you were a teacher. Would you be interested in teaching us how to pick locks? Abbot is always interested in making money. I propose a price of 70 sovereigns. Is this offer acceptable to you? I've spent 70 sovereigns on less interesting subjects. Teach us. You must open yourself to new things. This is the first learning. Without this opening, you will not be complete. Opening yourself is like opening a lock. If you cannot open, then the lock may not open. You should understand that there is no difference between yourself and the lock you pick. All these things I will demonstrate with a test lock that I carry with me. Now I want you to observe. You cover your cantrip poorly, though I nearly missed it. Cantrip? That is a work that Abbot does not know. Perhaps you will teach me. Just now, just as you were demonstrating with the lock, I noticed that you motioned only very slightly with your right hand, a casting gesture. What sort of spell did you just effect? You observe keenly, but I am not of the magician's breed. I know nothing of Conjolo, yet I have this ability. I may take another seed of knowledge and plant it in the fertile soil of another man's mind. I have done as requested, however. I have taught you something of the art of picking locks, and our deal is still as valid. Agree, but a bit of advice if you want to keep your secret hidden. Make sure that your students keep their eyes on the lock. Perhaps you should arrange it so that sparks flew from it, or that you painted a shiny color. I know that many of the trickers who pose as magicians use that to keep people from seeing what they are doing. We both learned in this exchange. Your advice is appreciated, young magician. My thanks. Travel to the sun on cool sands. Our paths may cross one day, one day cross again, Abbot, until then. So yes, our lock-picking ability has gone up. Not much, but enough that it may help with everything we've got left to pick in the game. Not that you have to worry much about booty or swag at this point. And we'll go ahead and stop in at Silden, if only to check out the tavern there. And because, well, yeah, I'm pretty sure we did already get all the magic scrolls here. And Owen's staff is still on sale. And I just want to see if Jostov has anything to say. Could I interest you in something to eat? I would offer you something fresh, but a thief slipped in during the night and stole most of our provisions. I have some older provisions you might take a chance on. No. I don't like the sound of old rations. No thank you, Tavern Keep. Perhaps we get fresh provisions in. Whatever you wish, strangers. Joftaz the Anchorhead shall be here, should you ever wish to return. I'll remember your offer. And just because it's always fun to check in on Miss Fanservice. Are any of you injured? So we should be back at full health. Yep. Right, so continue northward on towards Sloop. And yes, there's shockingly little danger on these roads now that we cleared out all the Rusalki. And we're on the wrong road west. We'll go ahead and stop in at the two taverns here. And gaze at the other fan-servicey wench. $118 gold, not bad. Huh. Owen smiled. Weapons in hand, two men stood face to face. Their stubble-blued faces flushed as they exchanged loud insults. "You may quit now, fellows. I've seen it before," Owen said. "I'll not be jumping in to save either of your necks, and consequently, I'll not be giving either of you my pouch." "Very well, then," smiled one man. "We do this the hard way." Now, here's an interesting question. Do Queegian pirates ping as evil? They do indeed. And that blessed sword of limbs Krogma does quite a bit of damage. And yes, we just come this way. Alright, got turned around a bit there. And that'd be the House of the Reeve, I think. Looks like more bravos. Who we managed to surprise this time? Poison Bolt. And done. Yeah, we don't need to go back in there. Just keep on heading towards Sloop. Here we go. Now, Mitchell Waylander's house was somewhere in here, if I remember correctly. I don't have time to chat right now. I've got Glacier's Guild business I need to attend to, and far too many plots to glaze before the sun goes down this evening. We've come from Malac's Cross. Abbot Graves sent us. What about? The townspeople of Malac's Cross are calling for his head. He said that we should tell you, we should come and ask you for help. He's gambling quite a bit that I would help him, of all people. If I hadn't accepted his connections to the Crawler and the Guild of Romney, the Guild War might never have started, blast him. Deep down I know he was trying to help us, but the trouble he caused, do you think they will truly attempt to kill him? I can't be convinced, but the Abbot seemed convinced. He's wise enough to know. All right, then, I will give you a note to give to the Abbot. There's a Glacier's Guild office in Malac's Cross, and they should be able to help him get out. But I'm calling in the last of my favors. I'll probably lose the guild, but this is for a friend. I'm sure he'll appreciate it. Thank you, Mitchell. And there's the old abandoned temple. But before we head back to Malac's Cross, I think we'll go ahead and continue northward. Stop in by Romney, and yeah, sure enough, since we come this far north, Garth, I want to go on up to Caval Keep. Prince Rufus seemed to think that finding Pug was of importance. It is important, but at the same time we aren't far from there, and I need to find out if Huguin and my uncle are all right. Why would they not be? We were captured by Mordhel, who had penetrated the kingdom as far south as Caval Keep. Since they took us, how can I be certain that they didn't ride into Caval Keep and burn it all to the ground? Maybe Navan Dusandu's Nighthawk friends didn't appreciate their little ring being broken up and decided to take it out on the local count. I've been thinking about it since we escaped from Sarsargoth, and it's just something I need to know. I don't wish to sound indifferent to the fate of your kin, but I think there are rather more important issues to concentrate on. If the kingdom falls to Delicon and his supporters, I can guarantee your relatives will find their deaths early. I will go wherever you lead, Owen, but I think you should think with your head rather than your heart. And yeah, that is a bit of a nod that we don't really need to go this way. The story is westward, but you know what? We're going to keep going because there is a story here. And we're going to hope that I can one-shot that magic rogue, because it would really suck if I just realized I haven't saved the game in a while. And that rogue seems to have... Yeah. I was supposed to say I wasn't sure how he poisoned himself, but I guess the other guy must have shot him. Anyway, despite Goraf's protest that we do have more important business to tend to, we will go ahead and stop in Caval Keep. Because speed being of the essence, and us having a fair bit of money at this point, we can easily use the temple travel to go back to the general area of Malac's Cross very quickly. And let's see if Jason, the abused tavern boy, has anything to say. Is there something I can get for you? Hello, Jason. How's your business been doing? I know you were concerned about customers coming back the last time I saw you. Master is mad and he says you have to close up the shop and get rid of me because everybody is scared in Romney. No business. What are they scared of? I don't know, but Master says they're scared and he's got no use for a stupid boy when he can't pay his debts. I guess he's right, though, because I am stupid and I am costing him money. I'm really sorry to hear about that, Jason. I wish there was something we could do. Maybe if you bought some food, it would help. Whatever we can do, we'll take some. I'll get them from the stockroom. And yeah, we cannot actually... It is kind of sad that we really can't do anything to help him out long term. Duke Romney greeted them. I didn't count on seeing you again so soon again. He says, oh, well, you... Fine, Owen said. Actually, we're just passing through. Making some acknowledgement, the Duke shrugged apologetically. I should like to chat, but I've gotten word that I'm to send men to muster in Kenting and Rush. And I have many things to attend to, perhaps another time. Accepting the Duke's apologies, they turned back from the meeting hall and into Romney's deserted streets. So, yeah, nothing else to do here, but Goraf's haggling ability somehow went up. So, up toward Caval Keep. And that one group of mercenaries from before isn't here. And probably nothing to be found here in Prank Stone except for more money to bard for. I'm trying not to rush too far ahead because we know what happened last time. And I don't recall there being too many enemies. Oh. A group of Mordhill with their own hunting hounds. Do the hounds count as evil? The hounds are evil! Oh, what the heck. Small one should stun them. Okay, now we're getting into the thick of things. But at this point, simple Mordhill soldiers are not much of a challenge for us. Oh, what the heck. Just for the sake of speed. And yes, here we are, around Caval Keep once again. A cloud of dust greeted them at the door. "Sorry, sir," said Youngley. "I just wanted to shake out me dust mop. I didn't know anybody was out here." Shaking dust out of her hair with a flip of his head, Owen replied, "No trouble," and yes, we've read this part before. Oh, hold on. Different message this time. "This is the Corvallis household, is it not?" "You're right about that, but Count Corvallis and his daughter Eugene aren't here at the moment," she said. Owen smiled and asked pleasantly, "Oh, do you happen to know where they've gone?" The servant girl looked around, then said in a half-whisper, "They've gone to the muster in Kinting Rush to take charge of the affairs for Lady Boswick, but you didn't hear that from me." And go ahead and talk to Peter the Grey. Come on in. I suppose you've heard about our new cook here at the Duck's Head, haven't you? Oh, he can do marvels of a roast, and his chicken is stupendous." "Sounds marvelous. Perhaps we shall try some of it later." "Trust me, you won't regret not a bit. The price is reasonable, of course. So it'll be for you tonight." Well, nothing to ask about trivia-wise. But we can bard a bit. Okay, so apparently my family, or Owen's family, is in Kinting Rush. So northward again. The mercenary approached them. Sizing up, he drummed his fingers on the hilt of his sword, pacing back and forth before them. At last, apparently quite sure of himself, he taunted them. "What do you think you're staring at, lad? Answer me!" Nothing, just the ground." Three mercenary rogues right in the middle of the city. Rather sad display, that. And there's another place that we dropped a bag off that somehow has been untouched. And there's Dimmelkal Hui and the place where we dropped our rations off, and Owen counted. Although he had been beating tremendous odds on various adventures, he knew the sheer numbers of opponents could easily overwhelm him. We won't be able to take all these fellows. Maybe we can try another tactic Goodbye, then. The mercenary approached them. Sizing up, he drummed his fingers on the hilt of his sword. Just where do you two think you're going? You'll feel the hard edge of my blade before you allow it to pass this way. Get your behinds moving in the other direction. Okay, yeah. So, clearly we are not going to be able to go north toward Northwarden, for obvious reasons. A figure turned the corner of the house. Happily, Owen dropped his staff, opening up his arms to give the approaching girl, a hug. I don't know why you're here, Owen, but I'm so glad. I really need to see a friendly face about now. What are you doing out of Caval Keep? We came up when some of Perun's proven men passed through Caval Keep. They said that battle's about to happen, and there is going to be troops mustering here at the Lady Bosswitch. Is that true? Are we really going to war with the Mord Hell again? I don't know how much of it I'm allowed to say, but there is a very good possibility of it. Actually, Garth and I are supposed to be looking for a magician named Pug. Yeah, supposed to be looking for a magician named Pug from Starduck. But with the war going on here, I wanted to make sure you and your father were all right. Why wouldn't we be? It's not as if the fighting will get this far south, will it? No, it's just that there's several things that we need to talk about once things have calmed down. I'm just glad that you're safe. I was just concerned something might have happened to you. You're getting to be as silly as I am. So, what have you been eating? You're as fit as a bone. Is there anything I can do for you two? Actually, well, no, when I first saw you, it occurred to me to ask you something, but whatever it was has utterly slipped my mind at the moment. Would it bother you I'd come back and ask you later? We have a few things we need to be attending to elsewhere. So, yeah, there really isn't much point to coming up here, apart from being, you know, the good cousin, and having her here doesn't really do anything. At least so far as I know, but there is one quest to be attended to while we're here in Kenting Rush. The tavern was closed. Tacked on the door was a note which appeared to have been hastily written. Due to a shortage of liquor, the Candlemaker's Grin is hereby closed until further notice. Tabar, proprietor of the Candlemaker's Grin. So now on top of everything else, we can't get a drink in this town. A man intercepted them. Offensive in his body odor, the fellow who stood before them was brutish, his pitched-color hair clipped on just above his heavy brows as his eyes set close on either side of his lumpish nose. Sorry, no one is to see Milady Boswich except our advisors. Get along with you, the guard said, waving a huge hand at them. The mustering captain is elsewhere. He probably has needs of a pair of scullions. Irritated, Owen muttered a quick incantation and clapped his hands together, creating a flickering ball of flame between his palms. Know any scullions that can do that? Staring dully at the flame, the guard shrugged his massive shoulders. Conjurer, eh? Very nice. Can you pull a scarf out of your ear? Coloring a furious shade of red, Owen began the incantation to a spell of more maleficent nature, but Garth clasped his shoulder. Let us be going, Owen, Goraf said, nodding to the other guards who were now approaching them. I don't think it would do either of us well if you set that one's hair afire at the moment. Okay, so can't get to the Lady Bosswitch that way. And yeah, we're told not to try sleeping here because those guards are in the way. There are armed guards in front of the house. We are on official business. Placing a hand on his weapon, one of the guards shot back. On whose authority? On the authority of the Prince of Krondor, Owen said matter-of-factly, and we were sent by the priests of the Temple of Kahuli. Which, yeah, there's the prelate's house and an awful lot of armed nobles in this part of the city. And a completely different group of mercenaries there. So, come to fight with the big lads, have you? Think you're man enough to take over a real soldier, pretty boy? Let's just see if you have what it takes to fight a real battle, what say? Well, we can't blast them. They'll just rest up until he unfreezes. Right. Well, we'll go ahead and rest up and call it here, and next time we will get to the one bit of business that we actually can indulge in, having traveled this far to Kenting Rush. We will see you next time.